Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Sid from Parts Exterior Clean here. Happy Sunday, hope everyone's had a good week and is resting up and getting ready for the week ahead. Something very different today. I'm going to be showing you a job that we completed. I think it was on Monday of this week. Very difficult job. One of probably the most stressful jobs I've done ever. We were called in to basically clean up this fountain which is outside of the Edgbaston Stadium. The Commonwealth Games are going to be held here within the coming months, so they needed it emptied. It is full of muck and gunk and leaves. The water is absolutely disgusting and it stinks. It's horrible. So they needed the water drained out. They needed the fountain just quickly pressure washed, just everything tidied up a little bit basically. So as you can see here, everything seems to be going well. We're clearing the top section of the fountain. The water's being drained out fairly quickly, to be honest. And we're just trying to clean up those little filters, those little square metal bits. They were completely blocked up with leaves. So we're trying to clear that out, just try and make the system run completely smoothly. And then this is when things started to go a bit south. Now, Kev's just filming from the top. I am at the bottom. I've just opened the valves to basically get water back into the fountain, get it up and running again, just so we can sort of identify how it works. Now, obviously, fountains recycle the same water, but I was hoping there'd be an extra knob I could turn, which would put fresh water into it for the eventuality that the fountain would drain. Unfortunately, this is not the case, so we are stuck with a finite amount of water. Granted, it is hundreds and hundreds of litres that are in this fountain, but it's all dirty and there's no access to clean water for us. So I had a choice. Either I say, sorry mate, I can't do your job, even though I've turned up and set up and we're all ready to go and there's a massive deadline for it, or I risk it and I risk dirty water running through my pressure washer full of silt and gunk. Spoiler alert, it did in fact break my pressure washer, so I had a bit of an expensive service the very next day to clean out the filters, but we're all back up and running again now. Was it worth it for this job? Maybe. It was a cool job to do. So I started to use the mud sucker to fill up my wheelie bin full of water, and then we began to pressure wash the sides. I thought, you know what, I'll stick to the top first, I'll get all that top nice and clean, and then we'll tackle the worst part, which was the bottom. Now, this job has definitely given me a newfound respect for the commercial guys that do this sort of stuff day in, day out. There's a lot to think about when you're in the middle of a town centre and there's people walking by. It's a public footpath, you've got trailing hoses, you've got machinery that's just sat there. You might not be paying attention to it a lot of the time. The van's open because you need to get in and out. Don't forget, this is Birmingham, guys. If you're going to get something stolen out of your van in the middle of the day, it's going to be in this place. I'm allowed to say that because I was born there, by the way. So we'll just zip through the cleaning part now. This is actually red granite. I had to be quite careful with this. Granite itself is quite hardy, it's a very tough stone, but what is sealing these joints together is these little rubber strips, and they were very fragile. They wanted to just pop out. A lot of it was already missing, so I didn't want to cause any further damage, obviously, so I had to turn the pressure down. I had to stay kind of far away with the turbo nozzle on this. Nothing else was bringing it up, that was my only option. Obviously also limited to chemical use, we can't really use much on it, it's just got to be water. So overall though, it came up very nice. The actual stones on the fountain didn't come up as nice. They were kind of like sun bleached. They had sort of a weird effect to them. The ones that had been covered in water the whole time, they sort of cleaned up, you know, kind of like new. But the top ones that have just been exposed to the sun for however long the fountain has been up, yeah, kind of like aged a lot differently. So yeah, so that's about it. So it was basically just rinse and repeat of what you saw there. Take a bit of water out, fill the bin back up, drain a bit more out, clean, rinse and repeat. Take a look at that filter as well, guys. That was the issue. That's what was getting through into my pressure washer, which was no good. I shouldn't have done the job, should I really? I should have just went home, but it wasn't worth the risk. Oh well. So yeah, then finally we just basically drained the entire thing out, swept up that bottom part again, rinsed that down again, and then tried to suck as much water out of the pipes as we could. And then just wait now till I fill it back up, and that's kind of it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I forgot to sort of video at the end, to be honest, but I'll pop some pictures in, see if we can get some before and after so you can sort of see the difference. And yeah, what a job, what a palaver. So that was, I guess, the day that I nearly broke my pressure washer. My most stressful day at work this year for sure. Hope you enjoyed. Short video, Happy Sunday, everyone. All the best.